Hello everyone, how are you? Happy Thursday. I wanted to share a couple of things that I've been putting together lately. I recently wrote a blog and it's called, appropriately titled, 13 Strategies for Making Your Job Search More Efficient. And I wanted to share these 13 tips with you, 13 strategies. So I'm just going to get right down to it. The first one is to clarify your goals. Um, if you are trying to organize your job search, careful planning and having a routine will reduce stress and allow you to accomplish more. So you'll maximize the return on your efforts by getting organized. So the first thing you want to do is clarify your goals. And charting your career path will help you to understand your values and make more sound decisions. You'll be able to focus your efforts on your top priorities, the things you want most in your new job. So that's number one. Number two is to leverage your strengths and highlight your greatest achievements. And I say this all the time. You need to highlight your greatest achievements on your resume. If you're looking for a job, you need to make note of your achievements. If you are already working and you're interested in promoting or getting a raise, you need to track all of your achievements. So you can customize your job hunt based on your skills, your abilities, and your past successes. Maybe you have a powerful alumni network that you can funnel or you can access, rather. Maybe you communicate more effectively in writing than you do on the phone, or maybe you just need to highlight achievements and showcase your best professional attributes. But you need to do all of that first before you reach out to your alumni network for new opportunities. So that's number two, leverage your strengths and highlight your greatest achievements. Number three is to limit your research. You need to know about the companies where you're applying to, but you need to also ensure that you're allocating enough time for the rest of your to-do list. So you can gather more information if you're invited to interview on a particular company, but for the most part, you just want to have the basics for the companies that you are interested in working with or interviewing with. You want to limit your research to just the basics and go more in depth if you're invited to interview. So that was tip number three, limit your research. Tip number four is to polish your writing. And this is from experience. I can tell you that the best way to polish your writing is to keep writing, right? Practice makes perfect, or at least makes better. So make your application stand out, edit your cover letters to match the requirements of each position. And this is time consuming, but it's important. You want to use the keywords from the job description or the advertisement and take those, make them transferable to your resume as long as you do have those skills that are transferable. You want to describe your past achievements and what you can offer. Think in dollars and percents. I say this all the time. Think in dollars and percents. Keep track of your achievements using dollars and percents. You always want to show where you've saved the company money, made the company money, reduced something, increased something. Companies like numbers, basically, is what I'm saying. Companies like numbers, and so if you know your numbers, you're ahead of the game. So polish your writing, know your numbers, think in dollars and percents. Number five is to take advantage of technology. You want to automate tasks to save time. Email alerts will notify you of new openings so you can be among the first to apply. So set up those alerts. Not for every job, just the ones that you are most interested in. Not for every company, just the companies, like your top 10 that you are most interested in. You want to use project management apps to track and evaluate your progress. And again, just take advantage of technology. Number six, batch similar tasks. So you want to block out time for checking job boards or keeping in touch with network contacts. Activities that require the same thought process usually take less time because your brain doesn't have to switch gears. And this is something that I've learned in my business, in my practice, career coaching practice, and the day-to-day is to block times. So first 2 hours is blocked for this, the next 2 hours is blocked for this. So my brain isn't switching gears all throughout the day And I've noticed that I don't get as tired by the end of the day if I block my projects, if I block them rather than bouncing back and forth between different projects that utilize different parts of my brain. So batch similar tasks, that's going to be crucial to your productivity, and also I think just mental health overall. You won't get as stressed and overwhelmed. You want to avoid distractions. So you need to figure out where you may be wasting time. Let your family and friends know the hours when you want to be undisturbed, and set limits on video streaming and internet browsing. And this can be challenging because when you work from home or when you're looking for a job, you're using technology, you're using the internet, you're using apps on your phone, and you can easily get distracted and go over and look at something that's a little more interesting and fun at the moment. And you'll tell yourself, I'll only take a few seconds to do this, but you end up going down a rabbit hole, and that just, it wastes your time, and it affects your productivity. And looking for a job, really, it shouldn't be a full-time job. Looking for a job, I used to say looking for a job is a full-time job. It really shouldn't be, but you do need to spend a considerable amount of time looking for a job if you are unemployed. Now, if you are looking for a promotion, then you just need to track your achievements and make note of them with the numbers and percents like I mentioned before. So my 8th tip is to clear away clutter. This is important, very, very important. You want to tidy up your environment, try to cut down on paper documents, and develop a filing system that works for you. One of the things that distracts me more than anything working from home, and I'm sure this is the same for those of you who are unemployed at home looking for a job, is having bills all over my desk. I'm always thinking about bills. I got to pay this, I got to pay that. Did I pay that off? Did I make that payment? And I have a lot of things set up to automatically come out of my account, but there are a couple of things that I do pay manually, and that's not to say that I write a check for them, but I do pay manually because it might not be something that is due every 30 days. It might be something that I'm proactively trying to pay off a lot sooner, like a car payment. Your car payment is typically only due every 30 days, but you might want to pay it off a little bit sooner so you make double payments, for instance. So number 8 is to clear away the clutter. Put the bills away after you pay them, file them away, develop a filing system so that you're not distracted by all of the papers that are on your desk, okay? And develop something that works for you. Number 9 is to ask for help. Ask for help. Let your family, friends, and colleagues know how they can assist you. Talk with recruiters and consider hiring professional services like a resume writer if your own efforts have failed. And I mean, that's kind of how I got into the business, kind of not. Someone asked me to look at their resume, and I found all kinds of horrific mistakes on it and helped them clean it up. And then I just kind of started doing that for friends and family. And I thought, you know, I'm really good at this, and I really wanted to change my career. I really wanted to help people. And so, boom, started my career in career coaching with my background in human resources, writing resumes and cover letters. So that's another story. So number 9 is to ask for help. Then some tips for taking care of yourself during your job search. And this is important because there's a lot of stress and anxiety associated with unemployment, right? Sometimes people get depressed. I know that when I was unemployed and when I was struggling and when I was down and out, I wanted someone, you know, to help me. I wanted, you know, I didn't want to be depressed. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know who to reach out to. And I think one of the things that I failed to do at the time as well is really take care of myself. So you need to take care of yourself during your job search. It's difficult to be productive when you're anxious and depressed. But investing in yourself will keep your energy levels up and help you to make more positive impressions on potential employers, and it helps you to make better decisions too when your brain is functioning at its fullest capacity. So, you know, when you're interviewing, it's important to be mentally well, but also physically well. And a lot of ways that we can maintain our mental health is by maintaining our physical health, staying active. So these next 4 strategies will help you to take care of yourself physically, mentally during your job search. And the first one is to sleep well. And we hear this all the time. It's something that I struggle with from time to time, insomnia. Sometimes I don't sleep at all, and then there are times, that's rare, but there are times. And then there are times where I have broken sleep. I have an intermittent sleep pattern or a disturbed sleep pattern, and I can tell the next day if I've slept well or not because I don't feel as great, and I may be less productive if I haven't slept well. So you want to make sure, one, that you sleep well. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even if you're unemployed. And discipline is probably one of the biggest struggles that people have when they are unemployed. They don't maintain any consistency in their schedule, and they really need to. So if you used to get up at 6 o'clock to get ready for work, to be there by 8, but now you're unemployed, it would be in your best interest to keep that schedule, maintain that schedule where you still get up at 6 o'clock, get ready for work as though you had to be at work by 8 o'clock in the morning. But in this scenario, you're going to make sure that you're starting your job search by 8 a.m. So that's number one. Number two is to eat healthy. So you want to fuel up on nutritious meals and snacks. And if you're watching your grocery spending, stock up on things like beans and lentils and oats. I am not a health guru, so I really don't want to talk about that too much because that's not my area of expertise. Frozen produce can often be less expensive than fresh and just as good, and so you can save money in that area, but you need to eat healthy. You really do. And exercise regularly. So staying active will give you more energy, and this is true. It'll enhance your mood, and it'll help you sleep at night, like I mentioned before. So I'm not going to say go for a run or jump rope or do anything super strenuous like that, but you do need to stay active. One of the things that I do for someone in my age range, because I'm entering menopause, that might be too much information, but entering menopause is I do strength training. I cycle because I want to make sure that my heart stays well. So I cycle, and I also walk on a regular basis. So that's how I maintain my health. It's important for you to do the same when you're looking for a job to help regulate the stress. And then number 4, this is the last tip for managing stress, is to take time to relax and have fun. And this is something that I fail to do for myself. I fail to plan for fun. And then I get overwhelmed and I go, oh gosh, I haven't done anything except work for 3 months. I need to do something because I'm stressing out. So I do get not coffees, but soy chai lattes or a brownie once in a while from Coffee Bean. That's my treat. So that's one way that I manage stress. I take a little break and I go in and do something nice like that for myself, or I get a pedicure. You could do something like that. So take time to relax and have fun, call a friend. And if you're really depressed during this time of unemployment, then there's nothing wrong with asking for help and calling a community hotline if you're struggling with difficult emotions. There's no shame, and there's nothing to be embarrassed about if you need to seek help from professionals. And I say that not just because I'm a psychologist and I believe in cognitive behavioral therapy, but I think just talking to someone, whether it's a professional or not, talking to someone, it just helps get things off your chest and can be very helpful in reducing stress. So there's nothing wrong with asking for help from time to time. A long job hunt can take its toll on your self-esteem and your bank account. So being efficient will help you to increase your success rate and move ahead in your career with greater tenacity. So I hope these 13 tips were helpful, and I will see you next time. Take care.